Hey Thrivers, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday I hit on a topic that I wanted to talk about today, which is just where we are as women. Today I'm talking to us women. You know, as a feminist, because I believe I am, I've always felt like I've stood by the tenets of feminism, if you will. I think I'm gonna make a lot of people angry today, so I hope that you don't get mad. I hope that you would hear me and hear where my heart is coming from. I think there's such a thing as toxic femininity. We like to use the word toxic masculinity, but I really do think that we need to start calling each other out. Like, as ladies, we should call the women out on what we are doing and where the world is. As a mother of boys, the way I'm seeing the world is scary to me, and I'm really concerned about the state of affairs. I don't know where we're headed. All I know is it's not looking good. Over the years, we have pushed the pendulum so far to the other extreme that we've created useless men. And now I'm worried, what world are my boys going to grow up in? And is there a space or a place for boys or men in this world? Because now women have become men, and men have been, I don't know how else to describe it. I'm gonna look at it like I look at as a pharmacist. This is how drugs work, right? You have receptors. Think about them like doors and keys, and every receptor has a particular enzyme that fits directly on there, which is the key to open that lock. And if you put the right key to the lock, you open the door. Now, if you have saturation of the keys, right, or the wrong keys, and they're all stuck into that key knob or into the keyhole, what's going to happen is when the right key comes, it's not going to be able to open the door, because now that hole is blocked by the wrong key, and the right key has no access. It's not that the door is open because the key that is in that hole is not the correct key, but because it's in the hole, there's no room for the correct key to be able to come in and open the door. What we're dealing with today is women are occupying spaces that are for men. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say women are in jobs that are designed for men, or women are, no. Women have their role as women in society. Our role are gatekeepers of society. Women are the nurturers. Women are the one raising the children. Women are the one transforming households. Women are the one instilling values. That's our role as women. Men are supposed to go out there and hunt. It's not our place as women to go hunting, and then men are hunting, and there's no one nurturing, there's no one creating, there's no one building the household, and we're all occupying those spaces. But this is the kicker. The women have taken over the hunting jobs. So when men go to hunt, there's nothing to hunt. When men are out there trying to work, we have all the jobs. When men are out there trying to provide, we're already doing the providing. So men are displaced in society. Men have no place in society, and men cannot become women. We can't send the men home and tell them to go and birth the babies and raise the babies because we're too busy trying to be the men of society. So the role of the woman is missing, and the role of the man is occupied by the women. And now the men are busy on porn, vaping, high 24/7, watching games all day. They're not leaving the house. Men are not courting women. Men are not out there chasing and trying to catch a gift. You know, women used to be the prize. Today we just say, I'm the prize. But prize how? Like, the man has no reason to come and catch you as a prize, because you're gonna come over and rule the home. So he doesn't feel any enticement. Like, there's no excitement, there's no attraction, there's no drive to go get you, because he has nothing to give you. Men want to feel wanted, respected, needed, desired. But you don't want any of those things from him anymore because you have them for yourself. Zora, you can't take over the video, baby. You know, so today we have a challenge of a society that is discombobulated, for lack of better words. We have women that have lost their place. And I also understand everything I'm saying is not to say that I think women should just all go back home and start cooking and cleaning and breastfeeding. You know, it's a choice. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But what we're doing is, what we think we're doing is creating a space for ourselves in society where we are equal to men. But what we're doing is displacing society. So now men are useless. So because the men are useless, we haven't created a new space for them to go and occupy, since we took the space that they used to occupy. So men have now lost passion for living. And I'm raising boys and I'm asking myself, if men have no passion to live, and a man that is trying to be a man is called toxic, a man that is aggressive is toxic, a man that is pushing to be a man is toxic, a man that is trying to maintain his place in society is negatively portrayed, where is the place of the man? We have to do a better job of accepting where we are as a society, as a global network, because this is not just happening in America, it's happening everywhere, where men are not even attracted. Like, men are not talking to women anymore. I used to remember growing up, it's almost impossible for a woman to walk on the street without some man trying to holler or say something to her or say something. Today we call it, you know, harassment, you know, cockling. It's horrible. A man shouldn't talk to you like that. It's disrespectful. So men are scared to even approach women, and men are afraid of approaching women, and we end up with a society full of women that have no men. My plea to us women is to understand that what we're doing, when we call that taking our place in society, we're sending a message that is saying we don't need men, and we are convincing men that in order for them to be accepted, they need to be women, they need to be nurturers, they need to be soft, they need to be rubbing our feet, they need to not raise their voice, they need to not be aggressive, they need to be all these. I mean, we may as well just inject them with estrogens, because we saying anything testosterone is negative, is horrible, is toxic, is bad. And now I'm asking myself as a mother, What world am I putting my sons in? And I don't want to raise sons that don't know what a man is versus a woman. Like, I don't want to raise my boys and my daughter the same way. And no, it's not because I'm trying to be discriminatory or anything, but boys and girls are not the same. And we should stop trying to tell them that they are. And there's nothing wrong in understanding that we can each be respectful of each other, kind to each other within our spaces. Like, it's okay for a girl to be soft, to be gentle, to be feminine, and to not want to be a boy. It's okay for a girl to say, I want to be a wife, and not be seen as being too weak. It's okay for a girl to say, I want to raise a family and not feel bad about it. It's okay for a girl to say, I don't have an ambition of wanting to be the CEO or the president, and not be chastised for it. And it's okay for her to want those things as well. But if we keep pushing that girls need to want it equally as a man, we're doing our families and our society a disservice. Because if all of us are out there chasing CEOs, who is supposed to do the cooking and the cleaning and the nurturing and the hugging and the putting to sleep? Somebody has to take on that role. If we are looking down on that role, nobody is going to want that role. And we're creating a society where our children today, the rate of suicide is out of the world. They're lonely, they're sad, because mommy and daddy are all out there chasing the bag. No one has time for them. No one has time for them. And we're raising kids that put money above all else, because now we have a society of young people that don't want to work, that don't want to build, that don't want to, either they're in the basement jerking off, or they're high all day, or they're finding ways to make money without working. Like, we want less accountability and higher income. Everybody wants to be a billionaire. Nobody really wants to work. The idea is, how can I be a billionaire working 2 hours a year? That's the mantra today. How can I get there without really putting in too much work? That is the goal. That's where we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to tell everybody that you don't need to work. Men are not leaving the house. Men are supposed to get up and get dressed and leave the house. Like, I'm sorry if you think I'm too traditional, I'm too out of this world, I'm sexist. I have multiple degrees. I have gone through multiple schooling. I used to believe that I don't need a man for anything, that I have everything that I need, that all I want from a man is companionship. I don't need him for anything else. This right here is a lie. Society has convinced me and many others that we don't need to say we want a man in our lives that would change the bulb, that would take out the trash, that would love us in a masculine way, that will think about the things that men should think about, would worry about the things that men should worry about, that we as women are okay with our role as women, that we as women are okay with taking care of the family, and that is not a demeaning position in society, that doesn't make us any less than. We are equal, but different. We have different responsibilities. What I can do for my kids, my husband cannot. He can beat them, he can change them. But when my kids get sick, they never look for daddy. They always look for me. End of conversation. And there is a reason for that, because they know that there's a place that their mother gives. There's a role that their mother plays. There's something that I do that my husband cannot do. But guess what? They also expect that daddy is going to get up and go to work. In the morning, they don't look for me to be the one to get dressed and leave the house to go to work. They look for daddy to do it. Do I get up and get dressed and go to work? Yeah. But I rarely do. Not in the same level that he does. Do I contribute? Yes. But does contribution have to be leaving the house? No. They know that mommy works. They just know that they expect mommy a whole lot more than they expect daddy around the house. And we should be okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And if we want to change the trajectory of the future, we need to understand the role of the man versus the role of the woman. And we need to stop being so toxic. We need to stop with the media that keeps saying men are trash and women are the best things. We should stop the messaging that says to our girls, you can be anything you set your mind to, that you can take over the world, that great women are the best and the greatest and the biggest and the baddest. And then in the same messaging, we're telling our boys they're useless, they're no good, they have nothing to contribute, that they are trash. Like, the message is clear. Men are worthless. Women are everything. And we're raising boys. We, the women, are the ones raising. If we have a society full of worthless, abusive, horrible men, we have to go back and look at ourselves as ladies and say, what role did we play in creating a society full of boys that are abusing every woman? If boys are harassing girls, if boys are disrespectful to girls, who is raising them? Who is raising these boys? That's what I have to say. As women, there is such a thing as toxic femininity. We are becoming a menace to society. We are creating the problem that we thought we were trying to solve. And I've always said we should be careful as people. Do not become the thing you despise. We have become that thing we despise. We have become a problem to society. Women, we need to check ourselves and we need to go back to the drawing board and we need to rewrite the story, because history will not forgive us for what we are doing to our boys and our men.